Hello everyone, this is Payal Vacha. Welcome to Pharma Desert. In this video, we will discuss about validation of sterilization process. So let's get started. These are the list of contents we will discuss in this video. First one is validation of sterilization process. Next one is physical method. Next one is chemical indicators, biological indicators, validation or testing efficiency of sterilizer. We will discuss one by one, as well as direct test, indirect test, cultural or biological, selection of spores, soil sample, thermophilic bacteria, and sterility testing. First one is validation of sterilization process. In validation of sterilization process, the efficiency of any sterilization process can only be assured and it can't be guaranteed because a process of sterilization can't be verified by subsequent inspection and testing of finished product. So in validation of sterilization process, efficiency of sterilization process that can only be assured and they can't be guaranteed. Why? Because a process of sterilization can't be verified by inspection as well as they can't be verified by testing of finished product. So it is essential that the effect of chosen sterilization process on the product should be investigated and the procedure validated before it is applied in a practice. So for that purpose, it is essential that sterilization process on product, it should be investigated as well as procedure that are validated before it is applied in a practical manner. What is validation? Validation, it is defined as a documented procedure for obtaining, recording and interpreting data that are required to show that a process will consistently comply with predetermined specification. So validation, that is a one type of documented procedure for obtaining, recording as well as interpreting data that are particularly required to show that a process that will consistently comply with predetermined specifications. Basically, there are two methods for validation. First one is physical method and second one is chemical method. In chemical methods, chemical indicators have various types. Pressure indicators, single variable indicators, multivariable indicators, integrating indicators, and second one is biological indicators. First one is physical method. In physical method, heat distribution within the sterilizer chamber or load is usually measured using a thermocouples. So in physical method, that is a one type of validation method, heat distribution within sterilizer chamber or load that is usually measured using thermocouple. So heat distribution in sterilizer chamber or sterilizer load that is measured with the help of thermocouples and pressure measurement by pressure gauges. So pressure measurement with the help of pressure gauge and physical measurement of relative humidity in sterilizer, that is a difficult. So heat distribution within a sterilizer chamber or sterilizer load, that is easily measured with thermocouple, while pressure measurement with the help of pressure gauge, and third one is physical measurement of relative humidity, that is a difficult task. Second one is chemical indicators. Chemical monitoring is based on the ability of the sterilization process to produce sufficient change in the physical or chemical characteristic of chemical substances to be detected visually or by physically instrumentation. So in chemical indicators, chemical monitoring that is based on ability of sterilization process to produce sufficient change in physical as well as chemical characteristic of chemical substance that are detected visually or that are physically instrumented. Chemical indicator generally undergo melting or color change. So chemical indicator that are added into any substance and they are undergoing a melting process or by color changes. Pressure indicator that are intended for use within a individual packages of sterilized product to distinguish between those that have been exposed to sterilization process and those that are unprocessed. So pressure indicators, they are intended for use with individual package of sterilized product and they are distinguished between those that have been exposed to sterilization process as well as they are distinguished between those that are unprocessed. So in chemical indicators, chemical monitoring that are based on ability of sterilization process to produce sufficient changes in physical as well as chemical characteristic of chemical substances. They are detected visually, otherwise physically instrumented. And chemical indicators, they generally undergo melting, otherwise color changes. And pressure indicators, they are intended for use with individual packages of sterilized product to distinguish between those that have been exposed to sterilization process as well as those they are unprocessed. Next one is they have a defined endpoint and may be designated to react to one or more of critical process variables. And single variable indicators are designed to respond to the attainment of required value of one critical variable in the sterilization process. Example is a specific melting point with a characteristic color change. So they have a defined endpoint, chemical indicators that have a defined endpoint and that may be designed to react to one or more of critical process variable. As well as single variable indicator, they are designed, while single variable indicators are designed, they are designed to respond to the attainment of required value of one critical variable in sterilization process. An example is a specific melting point with a characteristic color change. Next one is multivariable indicator. They are designed to respond to attainment of required value of two or more critical variable in sterilization process. So what was the difference between single variable and multivariable? In single variable indicator, they are particularly designed to respond when the attainment of required value of one critical variable in the sterilization process, while multivariable, they are designed if one or more variable are changed in sterile process. Integrating indicators, they are designed to respond to a defined combination of critical variables in the sterilization process at a level normally associated with a satisfactory sterilization process. So integrating indicators, they are designed to respond to a defined combination of critical variables in sterilization process at a level they are normally associated with satisfactory sterilization process. So what was the role of integrating indicators? They are particularly designed to respond to a defined combination of critical variable in sterilization process. They are quantitative indicators, example, liquid and solid dosimeter. They are used in radiation sterilizer or sterilization. So they are a quantitative indicators. That means they are used in liquid as well as solid dosimeter and that are used in radiation sterilization. Second one is what is dosimeter? System for validation as well as routine process control system. Next one is biological indicator. What is biological indicator? Biological indicator, that is a device to monitor the sterilization process that consist of standardized population bacterial spores known to be resistant to the mode of sterilization being monitored. And biological indicator, they indicated that all the parameters necessary for sterilization were present. So in biological indicator, that is a one type of device to monitor sterilization process. So biological indicator, they monitor sterilization process and they consist of standardized population bacterial spore. They known to be resistant to mode of sterilization and that is a monitored. So biological indicator, they indicates that all the parameters necessary for sterilization, they were present. Biological indicators, they are filter strips impregnated with Bacillus atrophilus spores. So biological indicator that are a filter strip and that are a filter strip that is impregnated with Bacillus atrophilus spore, and these are included among medical product sample and tested for population and resistivity. Next one is biological indicators are then subjected to customers preferred sterilization method, usually via ethylene oxide gas. So biological indicators, they are subjected to customers preferred sterilization method with the help of ethylene oxide. A biological indicator is a preparation of microorganism, usually bacterial spores. Example is carried directly by some of items to be sterilized or by carriers such as filter paper, thread, etc. that serve as a challenge to the effectiveness of a given sterilization process or a cycle. So biological indicator, that is a one type of preparation of microorganism. Usually they are made up of bacterial spores and they carried directly by some of the items. It should be sterilized or by carriers such as filter papers, thread, etc. and that serve as a challenge to the effectiveness of given sterilization process, otherwise cycle, in order to confirm the efficiency of sterilization process. The Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996, which recommends the following biological indicators. So according to Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996, which type of recommendations are required or maintained for biological indicators? Validation or testing efficiency of sterilizer. Validation of sterilizer. Why sterilizer it should be validated? Regular test on steam sterilization process that are necessary to confirm that the equipment is working satisfactory and is being operated correctly. So what is the validation of sterilization? Regular test on steam sterilization process that are necessary to confirm the equipment that is working satisfactory as well as that is being operated properly. Before these are attempted, it is essential to make sure from an engineer that the sterilizer is of satisfactory design, correctly installed and properly instrumented. So before this attempt or before validation, it is essential to make sure that an engineer make sure that sterilizer that have a satisfactory design as well as it is correctly installed or not and it is properly instrumented or not. Second one is the staff that are responsible for packaging. They know the correct method. So staff, they are well known about correct method for operating any instrument, and the operator of sterilizer that he fully understand the technique. So operator of sterilizer that have a idea about or that have a completely idea about operating of technique. Two types of test is performed. First one is indirect test, second one is direct test. Indirect test have three subtypes: instrumental, cultural, and chemical. The first one is direct test. For validation, direct test is: it would be useful if the sterility of each load and the efficiency of each process could be proved by simple, rapid, and non-destructive test on every items before it was used. So in direct test, it would be useful. It is used if the sterility of each load as well as efficiency of each process could be proved by simple, rapid, and non-destructive test on the every items before it was used. Sterility test. It must be carried out under carefully controlled conditions by highly skilled staff who understand the limitations imposed by restricted choice of media and incubation conditions, who are aware of danger of accidental contamination during testing, as well as who are able to interpret their results critically. So in direct test, sterility test, it must be carried out under a carefully controlled condition. Why sterility test? It should be carried out under a controlled condition to prevent contamination, and by sterility test that is controlled, that is carried out under a controlled condition, as well as by highly skilled staff who easily understand the limitations they are imposed by restricted choice of media, as well as they are well known about incubation conditions and who are aware about danger of accidental contamination during testing, as well as who are able to interpret their results critically. Probably only the microbiological control laboratories of pharma houses provide adequate facilities, and further, it is not possible to test every item and then use it because sterility testing requires removal of article or material from its packet or container, and so a fairly large number of samples must be sacrificed. This may be inconvenient and wasteful in, say, small hospitals. So probably only the microbiological control laboratory of pharma house, they provide adequate facilities, and further it is not possible to test every item then use it because sterility testing they require removal of article or material from its packet or container, and so fairly a large number of sample it must be sacrificed for sterility purpose, and that is an inconvenient method as well as wasteful time consuming method. Finally, the long period necessary for incubation of the test delays the detection and correction of fault. So consequently, this is not a very suitable method of testing a sterilizer. So direct method, that is not a that much suitable method for sterilization purpose. Next one is indirect test. The theory underlying this method is that if satisfactory physical conditions can be shown to have existed in the load for an adequate time, and it is justifiable to assume that the content will be sterile. So in indirect test theory which underlying this method, that if satisfactory physical conditions can be shown to have existed in the load for an adequate time, and it is justifiable to assume that content will be sterile. So in direct test, such proof can be obtained only by adequate instrumentation, and ideally it should indicate that. So in indirect test, this theory that is performed, and if satisfactory physical conditions that can be shown to have existed in the load for an adequate time, it is justifiable to assume content will be sterile. First one is sterilizing temperature was maintained throughout the load and for proper time period in dry heat as well as steam sterilizer. Second one is the correct vacuum were drawn particularly in high vacuum sterilizer. Next one is superheating was not excessive in steam sterilizer. So three types. First one is sterilizing temperature. It was maintained throughout the load and for proper timing. Second one is the correct vacuum were withdrawn, particularly in high vacuum steam sterilizer. And next one is superheating was not excessive in steam sterilizer. Next one is cultural or biological. In cultural, that is the type of indirect test. The preparation containing a bacterial spore that are put into a dummy pegs in the load and tested for sterility after exposure to process control variable. So in cultural preparation which containing bacterial spores that are put into a dummy packets in the load and they are tested for sterility after they are exposed to process control variable. And the method has the advantage of clearly demonstrating that the process that is fulfilling its purpose. Example, destruction of microorganism. So in cultural or biological test, preparation which contain the bacterial spores and this preparation that is put into the dummy pack in the load as well as they are tested for sterility after exposure to process control variable. And this method has the advantage is clearly they demonstrating that the process that is fulfilling its purpose, like they completely destruct microorganism and two main problems complicates its problem. First one is selection of spore. In selection of spore, selected spore must not be less resistant than those of the most resistant pathogen. So selected spore, they are not less resistant compared to most resistant pathogen. For many years, sterilizers were tested with the Mesophilus bacillus subtilis, but this was an unwise choice. Why? Because the spore of most strains can be killed in a few minutes in boiling water. So for the many years or many long time duration, sterilizer they were tested with Mesophilus bacillus subtilis, but that is an unwise choice. Why? Because spore of strains can't be killed. Spore of strains can be killed in a few minutes in boiling water. And the pathogen are too dangerous for routine use and the remaining alternatives are soil sample or therapeutic bacteria. Next one is soil sample. In some soil, organisms are of satisfactory resistance, but in others, they are too heat sensitive. Consequently, tests for suitability are necessary. So, in soil sample, the organism are of satisfactory resistance, but in other one, they are too heat sensitive, and consequently, they are tested for test for suitability, they are necessary. The reading of sterility test that is complicated by turbidity that is created by soil particle and subculturing that may be unsuccessful because the amount transfer in a subculture that may not be sufficient. So in soil samples, reading of sterility test that is complicated. How it is complicated? So it is complicated by turbidity. It is created by soil particle in subculturing and they may be unsuccessful because amount transfer in subculture that may not be sufficient. So in soil sample, in some soil organism that have a satisfactory resistant but in others they are too heat sensitive and consequently tests for suitability are required. And the reading of sterility test that is complicated by turbidity that is created by soil particle and subculturing, it may be unsuccessful. Why? Because amount transfer in a subculture that may not be sufficient. One solution is to examine the original tubes microscopically, and another is to incorporate the sample in a plate of solid culture medium on which surface colonies at least will be distinguishable. So once the solution that is to examine the original tubes microscopically, and another is to incorporate the sample in a plate of solid culture medium on which surface colonies form. So how they are differentiated? First one is one solution, it should be examined the original tubes microscopically, while another one solution that is incorporated in a plate of solid culture medium and in which surface colony is formed. The soil organisms should not be better than the organism in or on article being sterilized. This is especially important in testing of dry heat sterilization to prevent any moist heat contribution to the death rate. So soil organism can't be wetted than the organism in or on article being sterilized. So this is a important in testing of dry heat sterilization to prevent any moist heat contribution to death rate. Air drying, the soil may be sufficient, but better control of moisture content that is obtained by using a vacuum desiccator containing calcium chloride. So air drying the soil that may be sufficient, but better control of moisture content that is air drying of soil that is sufficient, but better control of moisture content, how it is obtained? So better moisture content by using vacuum desiccators which contain calcium chloride, and the particle size of soil that can be standardized by sieving method. Next one is thermophilic bacteria. In thermophilic bacteria, thermo means heat and philic means loving. So heat loving extremophiles means that thrives at a relatively high temperature between 45 degrees centigrade and 120 degrees centigrade. So in thermophilic bacteria that are called as, thermo means heat, phile means loving. Thermophilic means heat loving bacteria. Heat loving extremophiles means that are thrives at or grows at high temperature, that is about 45 degrees centigrade, as well as they are grow between 45 degrees centigrade and 120 degrees centigrade. The spore of Bacillus species that are used and are claimed to survive 5 but not 12 minutes of moisture heat at 121 degrees centigrade. That means spore of bacillus that are particularly used and that are claimed to survive 5 minutes of moisture heat at 121 degrees centigrade, but they are not survive for 12 minutes time period. Second one is sterility testing. Commercial papers consist of thick filter paper strips that are impregnated with the spores, and usually they are sterilized inside glassine envelopes. So in sterility testing, commercial papers, they consist of thick filter paper strip, and this filter paper strip, they are impregnated with the spore, and they are usually sterilized with the help of glassine envelope. What is envelopes? Envelope, they are made up of thin semi-transparent material and they are used to house paper collectibles. Although subsequent tests for sterility are straightforward, the usual precautions must be taken as the following example shows. So all these are subsequent tests for sterility that are straightforward and usual precautions that must be taken as following examples shows. First one is medium must satisfy the nutritional requirements of the organism. And second one is incubation conditions must be optimum and bacillus temperature. Bacillus that is a thermophiles and require a temperature that is about 50 to 60 degrees centigrade and 4 days is the recommended time. So first one is medium must satisfy the nutritional requirements of the organism while incubation condition must be optimum and bacillus that is a thermophilic bacteria they require a temperature about 50 to 60 degrees centigrade and 4 days that is a recommended time period. Several strips should be placed in each side in the sterilizer to prevent an incorrect conclusion based on the paper of unusual resistant, as well as the removal of strips from their envelope to the test medium may result in accidental contamination and the technique should be checked from time to time. So several strips, paper strips, it should be placed in each side in the sterilizer for prevent incorrect conclusion based on paper of unusual resistance and the removal of strip from their envelope to the test medium that may result in accidental contamination and the technique should be checked from time to time. That is the figure of biological indicator spore ampules. And second one is bacterial spore test strip is present. If any query or doubts related to topic, please write your questions in comment box. Thank you.